it's our 9th year doing it, but it didn't start out as high school basketball stuff. It just started out as like, it was just a charity event that we did with throughout some of my friends. We was all playing overseas at the time, and a couple guys, you know, some of the local legends here in the city. We all came together and we put on like this little charity basketball game, little celebrity game over at Denby High School. And then after that, the next few years, I decided to get the kids involved. And so that's when we came up with the Hoopz for Hope High School Basketball Classic. I mean, it's been a major success for the last few years, you know what I'm saying? And every year from the event, but the first initial hoops that we did when we did the charity, we started off, we were sponsoring. We went to this ministry house over here on the east side, and we took all the men in the ministry house, which is like a homeless shelter, we took them all out to dinner. And then after that is when we started, and we birthed the program where we sponsor the families. So this year we got about, I think it's 4 or 5 families, but it's a total of like 15 kids that we actually we're sponsoring this year. And I mean, this is something that we do every year. Drew, we got Drew, Chuck, and my brother Devon. Mama Bailey, she don't really want to be on the camera. It's part of the family, it's part of the organization, building a legacy. I mean, we're about to get to it. Let's get to it. Oh, still this car full too, so okay.
Yeah.
Yo.
They ain't got no dogs, right?
No, they ain't got no dogs, boy. I don't think.
Make sure they don't.
Hoopz for Hope. A lot of people don't even know. They don't even be knowing the motive behind it. They don't be knowing the motive. A lot of times the babies was out there playing. They didn't even know what they was playing for. You know what I'm saying? They just knew they was hooping, you know? Let me call this lady and let her know. We're on our way. Good morning. Hey, we en route, so we should be there in probably about 10 minutes. Okay. That family right there, that's the Eccles family. It's a family of 5 little babies. It's funny how life is, man. People out here it's rough. People don't even can't even help, you know, have babies, can't even have nothing for Christmas. My kids is extremely blessed. We're on the east side, so this here is this is considered the zone over here. This is considered it's like the red, what they call the red zone. I grew up all throughout here, this area over here. I grew up in this area. I started out as a little fella over here on the east side. I grew up in this rec center called Joy of Jesus. It's not open no more, due to the financial hardships in the city and stuff, man. We don't have a lot of rec centers and nothing like that open no more. But I grew up in that rec center, and it was like a safe haven to us as kids. Then we left there, and I was fortunate enough to go play at Martin Luther King High School for Coach Benny White, and played there. And then after that, I went to University of Michigan for 2 years, and I got caught up in the scandal. I wasn't necessarily part of the scandal, but the years I was there, we were penalized for the scandal. So I decided after 2 years to leave, and then I went to transfer to the University of Detroit Mercy. Played there for a couple years, and after that, I graduated, got my degree in education, but I decided to wait some time before I used my degree, and I went overseas, man. I went overseas and played Played all throughout Europe. Played in the Middle East. Played 4 or 5 years down in South America, Argentina. Played in Argentina 3 years. Mexico, Venezuela. Also played in New Zealand, down under. So pretty much I've played in pretty much every continent of the world that has basketball. Giving is always something that I've always been doing. You know what I mean? When I was playing overseas, every year I would come back and I'd do a free clinic in this area over here, which is the area I grew up in Harper and Dickerson, Harper and Chalmers area. Every summer I would do a camp called Camp in the Hood. And I do it every summer, a free clinic, and we, have a big turnout, because what happens is, all the rec centers and stuff are closed, so these kids don't really have much to do in the summertime. So every year I would come back, I would, donate my time and effort and, and partner with some of my local friends and buddies, and we all come back and we take a week and we just dedicate it to the kids. You know what I'm saying? This food center, they donate stuff to the camps. As you can see, this area right here is all Blythe. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Blythe over here. It ain't really a lot of, I teach at a middle school over here, and called Hamilton Middle School. I'm a gym teacher over there. And this family that I got right here was recommended to me by the counselor. It was recommended to me by the counselor. So I may know these little fellas if I, who's in here. They probably say, Coach Chuck, Coach Chuck. That's all. That's when I'm in school. That's what they all day, every day. Coach Chuck, Coach Chuck.
Turn right onto Street 4.
Echoes babies.
Can't understand why we treat each other in this way.
Hey, baby.
Taking up time with the silly game we play.
Coach Chuck got something for you. Hey, little lady.
We got our love, and no matter how it's said or done,
Who's Chris? Which one?
no matter what we do, we know
Got some more stuff.
we see us through evil, and that's the way it is.
Valentino.
That should be David though.
Apples.
That should be Christmas.
Who is Valentino? Maya? Is it Maya? That's for you, Maya. Look on the name on there. She has a name on there.
How we make each other feel so
Davon?
bad. We've got so much.
Yeah. Oh, then we got some more stuff for you guys too.
Having so much fun.
We call DJ because that's what we do. Yeah, I'm a green dad.
Be very
You
strong.
want to take it down?
Yeah, my
Deep down in your heart.
So now where we off to? The Hudson family on Chelsea? Let's get to it. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Dog was in the middle of the floor. Man, these babies gotta go through so much, man. But y'all can see, like I told y'all, this group, they, Coach Chuck, what you doing here? Them my babies. Them all my first graders and kindergartners. So the mama got like 5 kids, and they all like kindergartners and first graders. Uncle Drew, bless, man. What you think about that right there, man?
Glad that we I'm glad because we like giving back to your whole community. It's kind of good because not even really like rich. Like some of these rich people over here, they not even really like giving back to their communities and stuff. We be changing and making a difference, and we're not even like, we don't even have like all the money in the world and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we do fundraisers and stuff. Some of these rich people, they just go take their money to the suburbs and then jack it off, and then come back here with nothing, and then ask other people for stuff. Like I don't know how to
A lot of
explain it.
takers in this world, man. Ain't really a lot of givers, man. That's one thing I learned. That's one thing I'm learning about. Like, man, ain't a lot of. It's a lot of takers. It's not a lot of givers. You know, there's more givers than takers. I think things would be. You know, we got a lot of companies and stuff. A lot of these gas stations and liquor stores and stuff like that, man. They come and, you know, they take from our community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they provide a service to us, but what do they? You know, do they give back? Is this shit right here?
For the 40 people diagnosed with sarcoma every day, it is a life.
Hudson, yeah, Hudson. How you doing?
All right, yourself.
Wonderful. We got some things, got some items from you for the babies.
This the only one vocal too.
It is?
Yeah.
Hey, little lady. How are you? I'm close to Let me go grab it for you.
Okay.
Right.
That's the Johnson family?
Yeah.
That's what the got Johnson and then West.
With the silly, silly games we play.
That truck is.
We've got our love, and no matter how it's said or done.
You never know people's situation, man. You know what I mean? You never know, man. Like, tough, man. Okay, so this family right here is two young boys. Actually, it's three. Two of the boys played basketball with Drew and played football with him. And it's another little one, the mama that kind of fell on some hard times. He got the belly like Santa Claus.
I should have put a beard on.
Should have put a belly. Got the belly. My little brother got the belly like Santa Claus. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all when y'all come who play for me and everything, man. Coach Chuck love y'all, man.
We appreciate you.
Oh, you know. I gotta get my.
They did real good this football season.
Oh, okay.
And he got Mr. Raider.
Oh, you got Mr. Raider?
Yeah. And he got Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
What team y'all play for?
Ravens.
My
They played with Drew last year.
My son played for the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
The who?
West
Ravens.
Side Ravens.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right, now.
Thanks, y'all.
It does something to me to be able to be a blessing to these babies, man. Like, you know, like when I got out the car, the baby was, Coach Chuck, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want to be an example to my sons, you know what I'm saying? I just want the legacy to continue. That's why the name of the organization is Building the Legacy, because we want to keep it going, you know what I mean?
A couple weeks ago, he was down on his luck, really down. He was catching the bus back and forth to his job on like 11 Mile and Gratiot from all the way over here. And he was driving a car when I met him at the auto place, and both his tires was flat. They took money off his card. Somebody scanned him out, took money off his card, and he's really just struggling, crying out to me. And I had to help. It wasn't no other option. So I called Big Bro. We made it happen.
This is the boss right here. This is the boss. He's the one who really wanted it.
Thank you. All right, man. Have a blessing.
You know what, man. All right, now, y'all be blessed.
Say thank you. Say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
What happened?
Well, first of all, Chuck was raised in church, in ministry. And what we always say is that you have to give in order to get. So when he was overseas playing ball, he would come back here, he would do camp in the hood, which was a neighborhood camp. And he did that for several years. So I'm just grateful to God that he does what's right, and we will support him. And the family, we just all come together and we just support. You know, that's what we do. You know, we
survived in the trenches. I'm a war, baby. Had to slide on the sliders. That ain't normal, baby.